Hello everyone, it's Carrie, and today I'm a part of Jess and Laura's Hooray for 3K video hop, where we're celebrating all things summer. Today I'm going to show you 3 bright summer backgrounds that are inspired by summer treats. This first one, we're going to start with some Distress Oxide, and it is a background inspired by a 50-50 bar. Do you remember those bars? When I was a kid, we used to have them in the freezer all the time. They were orange popsicles with vanilla ice cream inside. And oh, how I love those 50-50 bars. Those and creamsicles. Anyway, this is going to be a cloudy background, so we're going to start with some spiced marmalade Distress Oxide. And I'll ink that all the way down using this cloud stencil. Then to spice it up just a little bit, I'm going to bring in some abandoned coral Distress Oxide and just go over a few of those clouds. In fact, I'm going to do every other cloud with some of that abandoned coral color. This just brings a brightness and more depth. You can see that right there. It's really pretty. And then what would a summery background be without a little glitter? So I am going to try this trick that I learned just recently using some glitter drops, and these are Summer Sunrise Nouveau glitter drops, and I'm going to take this and apply it directly to the stencil. And the reason is I don't want it to be so stark on my cloudy background, so I'm going to use just my finger, one of the greatest tools in the craft room, and just swipe that glitter up onto the card. So you get a nice soft glittery cloud. And I will do that all the way down the entire panel until all of the clouds have a little bit of glitter just over the top of them. It's such a pretty look in real life. I wish you could see it on camera as well as in real life. So I'll continue all the way down the panel just doing this, and I'm just about finished here. I'll hold it up a little bit for you. Can you see that glittery beauty? So pretty. So now on to background number 2, and this one is inspired by pink lemonade. Now we're going to start with the fossilized amber Distress Oxide, and I have a finger dauber here. You could use the blender tool if you don't have any finger daubers, that's fine. But this I found I had a little more control with the finger dauber. And then I'm going to take some picked raspberry and I will ink all around the outside of that sun. Now I am a slow ink blender, so I'm going to just fast forward a little bit, speed through this part, but you get the idea, right? Just going all the way around, and I left a little bit of a border between the sun and the pink lemonade sky. And now I'll take the finger dauber and just blend that out a little bit so we don't have such a stark white center or between the two. So now I have this sun stencil. You can use any sun stencil that you have. I've had this one in my stash for a really long time. And I'm going to take some Nouveau Glimmer Paste. And this is the color Moonstone, one of my favorites. You can see that I'm almost out of it here in this jar. I'm going to need to get some more of that ASAP. But I'm just going to blend over this stencil with a palette knife here. And I'll reveal just how glittery and beautiful this sun is that we created for this background. So pretty and shimmery. Now I'm going to wash off my stencil real quick and my mat here so that that doesn't dry on my work surface. This last one is inspired by a rainbow snow cone. I love rainbow snow cones. At least I did when I was a kid. I haven't had one for a really long time. Well, you can see here that I only have 3 colors, but when you blend these together, they're going to create 2 more colors, an orange and a green, and that will create our rainbow look for this background. Now this one does not have to be perfect. In fact, it's okay. It's going to be for a background, and we will cover this up with something I'm going to show you in a minute, how we're going to create cards out of all of these backgrounds. So I'm just going to finish up the blending on this, and one of the great things about Distress Oxide inks is that they stay wet for a little bit longer. So you have time to put on some beautiful iridescent sparkle embossing powder. And this is from Judykins. This is one of my favorites. I've had this jar for a while and I still have probably more than half of the jar here. So you can see that it stuck to most of that background there. I'll add a little more where it got a little bit drier. And then I am going to take my heat tool and just heat up that embossing powder, and it's going to create that icy snow cone look, kind of. It is so pretty. You can see it changing right here before your eyes. I did let my heat tool warm up for a good 20 seconds probably before I took it to this paper because I didn't want to have a lot of warping on that paper. So there you have it, our 3 bright, summery, beautiful, glittery backgrounds. And now we're going to change them into cards. This first one, I did cut down the panel just a little bit so that I have this blue kind of teal color and I wanted it to show on either side. So I cut that down so that I had a little border on either side. And now I'm going to add some grass, 3 layers of grass actually, to go over that white portion there on the bottom of the card. And you can see I've already colored up my lemonade stand and my little characters and some other little things to create this card. This is such an easy card, very quick and simple to create once you have the coloring done, that is. And then I just put a bead of glue on the bottom of those grass pieces because I want to see how I want to nestle some things in right there. I am using Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive, which is one of my favorites. And I love that you can use this for a lot of different things. You'll see, I use this for most of the cards here. So I'll glue down that lemonade stand, and I like to put an acrylic block over the top just so that I make sure that that adheres really well, especially since we use that glimmer paste on the background. Look at how cute this little pig is at the lemonade stand. I love him. And I don't know if you can see, but look, these are his little hooves. And it looks like he's just like hanging his little hooves over the top of that lemonade stand. That is so cute. These are some Avery Elle products, and I will link everything below or on my blog so that if you are interested, you can go take a look. I did color up some butterflies to match that flower pot at the bottom there. And that finishes off this cute summer lemonade stand card with our beautiful pink lemonade background. So cute. For this next card, the 50/50 bar card, I already colored up some dragons here, and I'm just going to attach those with some 3M foam tape. And you right now are witnessing a little bit of history because we're at the very end of my foam tape roll, the giant one, you know, those big ones. Anyway, oh boy. And I'm doing a little trick I learned from Jennifer McGuire where you can add a little bit of liquid adhesive to that 3M foam tape. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room so that you can get that right on exactly where you want it. I did add that to a top folding card as well as the other one. And now for this third one, I have a die cut panel, floral panel that I've watercolored up, and I have this really cute hello die to go over the top. And I just layered the black die cut hello over a chipboard piece so that it had a little bit of dimension. And now I'll take that liquid adhesive and run it around and kind of on some of the middle pieces there of that die cut panel, and we'll just glue that right to the top of the card. Now if you get a little glue that comes out the sides, just take your little retractable craft pick and clean that glue up a little bit. So simple. And then I'll add that also with some liquid adhesive, and there you have an easy, beautiful, summery, glittery card. Here's a look at all 3 cards. Now, if you want to enter the giveaway, there are a lot of prizes on this hop. Go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know which of these three beautiful summery cards is your favorite, and which background. Maybe you're going to try one of these. Hopefully I inspired you to try one of these at home, or maybe all three. Here's a close-up look at some of these cards, or all of the cards actually, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to see you again. Here are a couple more videos that you might be interested in. Thank you so much for joining us on this blog hop. Be sure to comment and find out who to follow next on the hop in the video description below. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.